Venezuelans who are living legally in Doral, Florida on temporary protective status are now worried they may soon be deported. That's because the Department of Homeland Security has canceled their TPS status, or temporary protection, which for some expires as early as April. Those who supported President Trump during the election are firing back, now saying they feel lied to and betrayed.
Y le quiero dar un mensaje al presidente.
I want to send a message to the president. If the Venezuelan Americans voted for you in large numbers, they did so to remove criminals. Venezuelan Americans did not vote for you to criminalize the majority of the Venezuelans.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, when he was a Florida senator, wrote in 2022 that it would be a very real death sentence to force Venezuelans to return home. Homeland Security Secretary Christi Noem arguing that things there are better, that Venezuelans no longer need protection, saying that there have been notable improvements in several areas, including the economy, public health, and crime. My next guest begs to differ. Here now, Christi Fraga, mayor of Doral, Florida, which is often called Doralzuela. Roughly 40% of the city's residents have Venezuelan roots. Mayor, thank you for being with us. I understand you wrote to the Latin Times and said you completely disagree with the Trump administration suspending the temporary status for Venezuelans. Why is that, and what are your greatest concerns?
Well, I think mostly we very much disagree with the fact that the conditions in Venezuela have improved. And a prime example of that was last year, July 28th was the elections, and the people's will was not respected. Maduro took over still, and the regime continues there. And we know that those conditions have not improved for many. There's power outages all the time. So those conditions are very concerning. And for that reasons, we don't agree that there's been any improvement. Now, we are all in agreement that violent criminals should be taken out of our country. Deportations should happen for people who have not respected our laws. And I think most people, and I would say the majority of the immigrants here in our community, bought into this platform of safety, security, and protected borders for our country, security for Americans. However, I think there is a balance. The temporary protective status was offered as an avenue to have a status for people who came here searching for liberty in our country, really fighting or running from oppression. And those conditions have not improved. So many of these people don't know any other place but here as home. And I think that we definitely need to look at this in a more pragmatic manner and look at those who have been law-abiding, productive members of our community. Doral is a prime example of how when immigration is done the right way and people come here, recertify their education, and are productive members of a community, it can thrive. So we are not opposed, and we commend the Trump administration for putting strength on our borders, making sure that our families are safe. I mean, we're really living the consequences of 4 years of lawlessness on our border, but there are many families here living a bit anxious on what will happen next because they have followed the laws and have been productive members of our community.
On the conditions in Venezuela, Secretary Noem says they have gotten better, but you say otherwise. Where is the discrepancy?
You know, I spoke just yesterday to the opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, and, there is not any respect for, opposition and human rights. And like I said, even the economy there's many things they can't get, medicine, and they have power outages for 5 hours at a time in many cases. So it's very concerning. I can't comment as to where they're getting that information from, that there is improvements, but I can tell you, living in a community like Doral, where many of these people, and by the way, in Doral, many of the people here are already citizens or residents, because a lot of that migration happened in the 90s, right when Chavez had taken over. So many of them still have family that are in Venezuela, and they have heard it directly from them, and they try and send them some help. Many haven't come because they didn't get legal statuses to come when parole ended and things like that. But many here are here through a legal avenue through policies that were created and then opted for TPS, which was also given as an opportunity for status while conditions would improve. Many want to go back to their country one day, but in better conditions.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.